Alright. Well, last week for Tier 2, they were in Australia to kick off the 18th season under the Tier 2 moniker, 22 seasons for Formula 1 Tier 2 as an entity, and it was a Ferrari victory done by Lennon that day, but now we move forward to the second round of the championship. Following coinciding with Tier 3, we are at Japan for round 2 of the season, and let's get this show on the road. Dynamo Wolf on hand for comms tonight. Pretty much a bit of a last minute one. I was thinking, well, maybe I might be able to do Tier 2 because, well, Beatnik's unavailable because he's on vacation. He's in California. So I was like, maybe if I leave work a little early, maybe I'll be able to do comms. So I'm here. Happy days. But let's get this show on the road here. So yeah, last week was the opening round. It was in Australia, and Lennon was the winner in that event. Let me get the results up here because Discord's being slow and pain in the ass. So here we go. So yeah, Lennon was the winner of the event. Fusion was in second, and Mintoki was in third. And then the rest, and then the rest of the people in the points that day was Lucas Rasmussen, aka Not Raz, Slasia, Penguin, Maxwell, Devon, SV, Blonde, and Blonde. Those are... Oh, Maxwell, Devon, SV, and Blonde is the top 10. So that is basically what the driver's standings is right now. Constructors, Ferrari has the lead with 35 points. Mercedes is sitting in second with 27. And McLaren is in third with 24. Alright, so what do we have here? Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, we got Maxwell on hand, getting on to 130R to finish up his time lap as we go on board with him, heading into the Casio Triangle. And we have 19 on hand. We're missing just one driver, being the Haas. And coming across the line, Maxwell goes third fastest with a 27.3 for his part. Blonde is on top of the board right now with a 26.8 on his part. Torn Penguin splits the McLarens in second with a 27.3 for his troubles. Alright, let's see. Coming into the Casio Triangle, the only driver yet to get a time on the board, that being Ruley. Here he comes across the line, and he is going to be... well, back in the pile. 30.1 for his part. Right behind was Devon. Coming into 6th place with a 27.6 for his part. Alright, I believe Mintoki. Okay, Mintoki's just going into that little tight hairpin there. We have the Alpines on the track, coming into the Casio Triangle as we speak. It's SV who just invalidated out of the final corner. Dylan is about to come across instead, and he goes up to 12th. Torn Penguin's just going into the pits. We got we have Wilson just coming in the 7th. Isha, holy cow, Isha! Mintoki with us P2, but Jesus, Isha with a P4. Where did that come from? Alright, let's see. Night Owl just goes up in the 14th. wait, let's take a look at our drivers that are out and about right now. Let's see. Okay, so let's take a look at our drivers, as you can see on the screen here. So we have McLaren, we have Maxwell and Blonde, Mercedes of Mintoki and Notraz. Red Bull, we have Torn Penguin and Devin. Isha in the Haas by himself. Lennon and Josh 433 in the Ferrari. Wilson and Rhythms in the Aston. Wiso on loan in the V-Carb. He's got Jack M for company. Dylan and SV in the Alpine. Redfire and Night Owl in the Williams. And the Saubers of Rolly and Ridian. That is your group there. Let's see, that is Mintoki about to head back to the pits. There's Wilson right there. He's on a cooldown lap. I believe Lennon, is Lennon on? Nope, Lennon's on a return lap. Same with Ridian, I believe. Oh, Rolly, I'm sorry. Not Ridian. Ridian's already in the pits. Ah, there's our last guy. Yavas. He is here. Alright, so we have a full grid on hand for tonight. So 4.5 minutes left for qualifying. And currently, right now, it is Blonde. We have Blonde on top, Mintoki second, Torn Penguin third, Isha in fourth, and Maxwell in fifth. Now, I'm not sure if our walking encyclopedia is on hand to watch the stream, watching the stream, but I'm wondering if we can get an insight on when the last time a Haas qualified in the top 5. Because that's pretty impressive if he hangs on to that position. Redfire, as you can see, on a cooldown lap, heading back to the pits. Now, Redfire next week, as you can see with two of the drivers here, Blonde is in the Williams, was signed for the Williams, but he's been filling in the last couple of first couple of weeks. But next week, for round 3, this will be the last race that he'll be available to do, but then he'll be on reserve status and will only appear every now and again. Because Blonde is, I think in my memory, if it's correct, I think Blonde is basically being more focused with university, I believe, but he can correct me on that if I'm wrong. So he won't be available to race. He'll be on hand like every now and again. That means Redfire will be going into his seat in Williams from round 4 onwards. As I mentioned in the overview, Redfire basically needs to improve his racecraft, so I said to him, why don't you go to tier 2, just get yourself better and race more cleanly. So he'll be in tier 2 for at least a season or so, just to get rid of all the kinks and all that stuff, and then he will possibly return back to tier 1 should everything fall into place. Now let's see what Josh has as he navigates through the spoon corner, stays within the track limits. Oh, never mind, he messes it up at the exit of spoon. That's going to hurt him. The spoon corner is definitely a nasty one in regards to invalidations. Oh, goes it, Maddie. Good to see you, buddy. But yeah, spoon is a nasty corner in regards to track limits. Whether it's in the middle or the exit, you have to be very careful. So Josh is going to be trying again to try his hand and get a better lap as things go forward. Let's see where Maxwell is right now. There he is, just getting into the Sector 2 split. He's up by just over a 1/10.5. This is going to put him just ahead of Mintoki. Just ahead of Mintoki by about a 1/10. But let's see what he's got as he comes across the line now, and is he gonna get himself into the pole position? No, he does not. It's a 27.062 for him, so he will be slotted into P2 right now. It is a McLaren 1-2 at this present time. Dylan coming across the line now. He goes up into the 10th place spot. SV just started his time lap. Torn Penguin, where are you, my friend? You're in the Dunlop curve. Everybody is getting across to get their lap into making it count. Let's go to Josh. There he is. Only about 200ths up after the first sector. Let's see what he's got for the second sector. It's about 2/10 up. That's going to put him just ahead of Wilson at this present moment. Here he goes into the Casio Triangle. Needs some good improvement out of here to get himself onto the board. And he comes across the line and he goes 8th fastest. Now we got Ridian coming across. He's 18th. Yavis just getting on his head. Here comes Isha coming out of the last corner with a Red Bull right behind him. Let's see what Isha's guys comes across. He stays in P5. Torn Penguin stays in P4. Now, next up is SV coming into the Casio Triangle to wrap up his time lap with a Williams right behind. That's either Night Owl or Red Fire. Here comes SV. Goes up to 11th. A good run for the driver there. Weiso up in the 6th. Okay, so I stand corrected. That was Weiso there. Mintoki reclaims 2nd place. Now here comes Blonde across the line. Improves even more by 3 more tenths. By 2.5 tenths. Here goes Not Raz up into 6th place. Night Owl has called it a day. More cars coming across. Lennon up in the 4th place. But that is pretty much it. That's pretty much it, really. So, it is a Mercedes Academy front row with Blonde on pole by just over 3/10 over Mintoki, and his teammate Maxwell in 3rd place. Lennon getting the highest Ferrari Academy spot with that P4, but I think the surprise of this qualifying is Isha with a 6th place start in the Haas. And it looks like Yaves did not get a time in, probably invalidated. And that is wrapped up there. Let's see. Yeah, 30.1 is better 100%. I'm definitely not doing tier 2 for a while after this. I feel sorry for Ridian in that sense. And Mintoki, wow, despite getting a 26.9 for her time to get 2nd place, apparently, and this is a bit surprising. On Mintoki's part, she just said that she's the slowest out of everybody in the 3rd sector. Let's see what we got on hand. Mintoki was just asking who starts the race, the host, and I was just about to let her know, yeah, and you can usually wait like a minute after. Well, Jack goes, you could give about a minute for setups and strat. I was gonna say you could do that, or potentially you could like pick a time of when you want to go. We'll be waiting for things. Here we go. The 5 lights come on for the Tier 2 Japanese Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go. Good reaction from both McLarens as Mintoki is being pressured by Maxwell as they head to turn number 1. But jumbling in the back. There goes Isha into a slide and plummets positions here. Oh, we got a car off. That's SV hard into the wall. And Josh is spun too. What in the world just happened there? We just saw SV just go flying in the next year. Like literally just got punted from Japan all the way to Alaska or something. He went flying. What in the world? What in the world did I just witness there? Oh, we got battle here. There goes Torn Penguin up against Jack M. And here he goes. They're still fighting side by side. Jack M holding Penguin back. As Torn Penguin would like to get some positions gained out of this. And but he's stuck behind him in the 9th place spot. While Jack M is in 8th. Well, for the back, Isha clears Rhythms to go into the 14th place position. But towards the front, it looked like Lennon was eyeballing as there goes Jack M against Wilson. These are Red Bull Academy teammates here, and solid move by Jack M. Now, well, technically Academy teammates, but Jack is on loan from Mercedes. But look at him all over the place, he's putting major pressure on Devin here. And don't forget, Jack M is on loan from Mercedes too there. But yeah, first lap is done, and Mintoki about a second back from Blonde at this present time. As SV and Yavez are into the pits already to get their stops in. But here is your top 10 as it sits. So it is Blonde, Mintoki, Maxwell, Lennon, Notraz, Devin, JMS, Wilson, Torn Penguin, and Wiseau are your top 10 right now. Ooh, little contact between Wilson and Torn Penguin. But no harm, no foul. Everybody's okay as they continue on. Wiseau is in pursuit of Torn Penguin to go up into the spot here. So let's take a look at the tires here from everybody. So Josh, Ridian, Night Owl, Red Fire, Torn Penguin, and Maxwell are on the hard compound tires. Everybody else is on the medium compound tires. I don't know what SV and Yavas started with in that sense. So let's take a look at the biggest gainers and losers here. The biggest gainer is JMS, up 5 spots. And the biggest loser, Isha, losing 8. Let's take a look up here. I saw it looked like, yeah, Lennon eyeballing. Maxwell makes a mistake, probably with the tires, and Lennon takes full advantage of Maxwell going a little wide exiting turn 1, and he's up in the 3rd. A little further back, I saw a little possible move between Red Fire and Dylan here, but nothing came to fruition out of that one. Meanwhile, I guess that mistake from Maxwell, by the way. Now Lennon 1.8 seconds behind. Whoa, that was somebody going wide. Is that Isha or Night Owl that went wide? Or was a little tricky to tell from the rear. I think it was probably Isha that went wide. At the first the Degna corner. So on board with Devin as he is sitting in the 6th place position. You see 3 cars ahead of him. Not Raz, Maxwell, and Lennon. Let's see what happens into the Casio Triangle. Looks like Maxwell's deciding to wait till the DRS to maybe go for an attack and get Lennon here to reclaim that 3rd place position. Let's take a look as we go on with Lennon here on his perspective. Dumps a little bit of ERS, and Maxwell deciding to just say, nah, I'm going to wait off here. I'll let with that mess there. Whoa, there goes Torn Penguin way wide. Oh, Torn Penguin a little bit wide out of that one. As I was just switching over, because Red Fire did get Dylan for the 11th place position. Now, what did SV and Yavis start with for tires? Oh, they both started on mediums. Okay. Just had to take a quick peek just for a sec while we had a free moment there. Oh, a little weird glitch there. Looks like everybody is being single file and everything of that sort. So Mintoki and Blonde are basically pulling away from the field right now. Blonde has a 3.6 second lead over Lennon, while Mintoki's got a 3.1 second lead over Lennon. So those two have basically taken off from the field in of itself. And then Lennon's got a train starting at him and runs all the way to Torn Penguin down in P10. Meanwhile, Red Fire has a little train of his own, and we got some possible movement. No, Max was just getting closer and closer, but he's brought company with him. The Red Fire now just gets in DRS of Torn Penguin, but I don't think it's going to work there. There's the move there by Maxo, reclaiming the third place spot from Lennon, and into third he goes. It's a Mercedes Academy 1-2-3 at this present time, with Blonde in the lead, Mintoki second, and Maxo up in the third. Let's take a look a little further back in the field. Let's go take a peek at Isha here. Started in the 6th place spot, dropped all the way down to 14th after getting slid, just going Tokyo Drift style in turn 1. Let's see, as he is chasing, he's basically trying to chase down the cars to regain some spots that he lost out of there. But he is in 14th, and those cars right ahead of him, there's Night Owl, Dylan, and Penguin are sitting just ahead. Oh no, sorry. Night Owl, Dylan, and Red Fire. I apologize. Let's see if there's any more movement coming out from this group. Oh, let's see. We got Penguin on the back of Wiseau here. Now Wiseau is on loan from Mercedes to Red Bull. Little nip and tuck there, and there goes Penguin on the inside. Now outside trying to fight. There's also Night Owl fighting with Isha here, and Torn Penguin gets by up in the 9th. And there in the background, side by side, is Isha with Night Owl here as they race down towards the front end, and they had the DRS available here, and Night Owl manages to snap back in the 13th to keep Isha back. Ooh, little contact between the two. No, looks like no harm, no foul at this present time. And Dylan, by the way, just lost DRS to Red Fire now. Whoa, that was JMS. JMS got all evil out of the second Degna. And him getting all evil and squirrely out of there just cost him 7th place to Wilson. And he's got Torn Penguin up his tail. See from the back cam of JMS right there, as you can see, there's Torn Penguin right behind, Wiseau right behind him as well. Red Fire trying to get into DRS of Wiseau here. A little dip in the grass goes JMS. No movement towards the front field here, and maybe Penguin might be eyeballing a shot. Nope, not close enough. But JMS is closer to Wilson though. But no move seen at this present time. And actually, Penguin just got a hell of a nice easier line out of there. And in the backfield here, by the way, Rolly just losing 2 spots. You're kidding me! Wow! Whoa, and there goes there goes both V-carbs. Ay, Jesus, that was a bump. Oh boy. And there goes Dylan. Man, everybody's just going off. So Torn Penguin going up against JMS, and I don't know if there was contact, but JMS did go a little wide and into the grass and gravel at the Dunlop curve. Then Weiso went off in there too, and then when Weiso returned back to the racing line, he did it right in front of Red Fire, and there goes a fight there. Dylan, who went wide out of the second Degna, just lost 13th now, exiting Spoon to Isha. And Yavis has crashed! And he crashed in the pit entrance! And that is our first DNF of the event, and we have a VSC deployed. It looks like a couple of drivers have decided to go in to take advantage, potentially. I mean, with the VSC, you're only losing about 10, 11 seconds from the VSC period. So JMS, Rhythms, Dylan, and Rolly have gone into the pits to get themselves off of the tires that they're on. And let's see what they went to. And they have all gone to the hard compound tires. Now, question is can they do 20 laps on those hards? Here we go. Oh, jeez, Weiso! Weiso speeding under the VSC. That caused him. Oh, we got a crash! Oh, maybe not. Weiso. Really? Really? Weiso just retired on track. I mean, I get he's a lone driver for my academy, but really? Yeah, you can't do that. You just can't do that, man. Look, but he sped under the VSC, then made a mistake somewhere. There goes Torn Penguin past Wilson to get into the 7th place spot. But yeah, I guess, coming out of the hairpin, the tight little hairpin, past the Degnas, Weiso got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. Then he crashed in the long right hand, which I believe is turn 12, and then he just retired on track. Like, really? Anyway, moving on now. Let's take a look at Lennon. Still sitting in the 4th place position. So let's ride on board with him for the rest of Sector 2 and into Sector 3 here, as he is chasing Maxwell down for the 3rd place position. So you can see the blinking light on Maxwell as he went through the Spoon corner. He had his ERS off and was recharging the battery just a little bit to make do of it there. And look at the straight line speed that Ferrari's got. Lets off, woof, bit of oversteer on Maxwell's part in the brake zone. Whoa, hippity, little rip of the curb. Yeah, but lost out there. Looks like the Red Bulls have switched as Torn Penguin goes to 6th ahead of Devon. And a little bit further there, Isha has recovered to get back into the points. He is in 10th ahead, and Red Fire trying to go the long way around. Oof. Scraping some paint, but Isha maintains the spot. Oh wait, no, that was Night Owl he was scraping with. I am so sorry. Red Fire's ahead of him. Christ. Not bad. This. Whoa! Jeez. That's another Red Bull off at the Dagnuts. That was Devin. Oof. Don't get too greedy there, Devin. You don't want to make a mistake and wind up killing your race. Don't do that, man. Would not want to do that. Oh, Max has just gone way wide out of the spoon. And SV, the first driver into the penalty box at the Casio Triangle. Let's see what Lennon's gonna do here. Is he gonna make the move? No, he's back. He's waiting. He's gonna wait till the DRS to go for it. There we go. DRS deployed. Is he gonna go for it? He's not. He's waiting. He's just buying his time. That's what Lennon's doing right now. He's buying his time. Isha is into the pits. And oh, Devin, our first driver in the top 10 into the penalty box. And that was in the spoon. That was in turn 1. Huh. You know, usually to go out. Oh, you know, Penguin. I was just talking about your teammate going wide in the Degnut, and now you do it too, bud. Both Red Bulls having a little off-roading adventure. Just seeing your comments in the chat, Maddie, about with Weiso. I mean, yeah, it could have been, but he retired, and then about 5-10 seconds later, he left the session. So that's why I was like, I kind of doubt for that. SV's into the pits, and now he's gonna lap down. Mintoki is now in. One of the people in the podium is in now. Oop. Now there's a disconnect. SV just got booed out of the session. We'll try to see what happens. We'll get him back in a moment here. Anyway, so Mintoki is going to be coming back out onto the track in the 11th place position behind Josh. So Mintoki, along with Isha, they're the first two to pit off of the medium tires. So that means with Mintoki in, that means we could see, potentially, Lennon, Notraz, Blonde, Devin, and Wilson. We may be seeing them probably within the next lap or so. Probably Blonde might go in to probably cover off his Merc Academy teammate. We could see Lennon in possibly to do maybe some kind of an overcut. Whoa! Late chase decision by Torn Penguin. Goes for the move at the Casio to get ahead of Notraz to get into the 4th place position. Lennon is in, Notraz is in, Blonde is in. And Devin and Wilson are in too, so all the guys I just mentioned, they're all in. Let's switch to Mintoki. Let's see where she's gonna come out. There's Blonde ahead in the horizon. Gets ahead of Josh, so he is in 5th place. Let's see where everybody else pans out. And JMS comes out right behind Lennon. And he's on 5 lap older hard compound tires. So those hards that JMS is on are active and ready. And oh, Josh into the penalty box. Josh into the penalty box. There's Mintoki right behind him. So let's see here. So yeah, Josh, Maxwell, Penguin, and both Williams, along with Ridian, have yet to come into the pits. Now, the lap is where I'm thinking it is with these guys, as Blonde gets past Night Owl before 130R to get back in the fourth. And we got trouble. That's Isha going for a slide and slow out of the spoon corner. Seems to be okay at this present moment. Meanwhile, let's focus on Mintoki. DRS applied, overtake applied. Josh going with a block, and Mintoki slingshots her way by. Back in the 6 she goes. Looks like Isha and Ridian just switched positions in for 16th, while Isha's trying to battle with Dylan for 14th. Wow, nice move there. Solid move right there to go into that position. Let's see if we can get SV back in here. Well, he's on the Xbox app, so maybe his internet crapped. I'll have to take a peek at that one. Oh, nothing in there, so maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't. Yeah, maybe he did get. Maybe he's in a big junk on him. Alright, well, let's go on board with Blonde. There's Red Fire, his teammate. There goes Blonde to make the move, and up in the third with no issues, and gets ahead. Don't see anything off of on SV, so maybe his internet did crap the bucket, which would suck, because I mean, then again, SV's race did not go the way he was hoping. Nice bumper and wing cam from Devin here. He's sitting in the 11th place spot. He's got Wilson right behind in 12th. JMS ahead of him in 10th place. Devin does have that penalty on him, 3 second for too many track limits on his part. And the Ferraris have opted to switch up. So Lennon turned loose, gets past Josh. And I think with the hard tire guys, we should be seeing them probably at the end, maybe at the end of this lap or next lap. So I think the window is open for these guys here, as Maxwell is in and goes for the stop. Ooh, just made it. That would have sucked if he got a speeding penalty, but that gets Penguin into the lead right now. Blonde, it just gets the fastest lap of the event. Let's go to Night Owl, who's right following behind Mintoki here. And Maxwell is going to be coming out very shortly. Let's see where he is going to be. He's coming out into a dog pile, and he gets ahead of Josh and Notraz. Speaking of Notraz, he's right on the back end of Josh right now. Now Josh does have that penalty, so he'll be like, well, I mean, I'm going to be losing some spots, so I'm going to do the team game and try to hold you back. So that leaves, Red Fire just comes out in 15th, by the way. So that means we have three drivers yet to get us out there. As there goes Not Raz on the outside against Josh, and gets it done and ahead. So Night Owl, Josh, and Penguin have yet to stop at this present time. Now we did see a bit of a move in the background. I believe that was for Devin trying to chase down JMS. Penguin is now in. Reese is here for spectating, as we lost a couple of drivers here for tonight's festivities. Whoa! Lag spike on JMS's part. And there comes Torn Penguin. He comes out in 7th, right behind Notraz. Okay, so that means that currently right now, because Josh is in as well, so that leaves Night Owl. Night Owl has yet to stop, as he just switches positions with, as Night Owl has switched positions with Maxwell to, now Maxwell is back in the 3rd place, and now he's got Lennon right behind him. Doing the team gain to keep Lennon back at this time. Could be quite effective, especially in these types of corners. Let's see how Lennon's going to respond to this. A little slip and slide there. And while we had that, looks like Notraz just went wide out of Spoon and lost quite a few spots. Penguin got him, JMS got him, now Devin's got him. Focus here on Lennon here as he's chasing Night Owl down here, heading into the main straight, and Night Owl has decided to move off and let him go into the pits, and that will work out in for Maxwell, as Lennon is now 2.5 seconds behind him. Looks like JMS was trying to fight against Penguin, against Devin, but lost out on an opportunity, and it allowed Notraz to steal the show and get into the 7th place position. I also just noticed JMS, he's got the yellow fuel light, so he's currently underfueled. So he's gonna have to save some fuel here. As now Wilson is chasing him down for the P8 spot. Easy exit out of there. What's going on board with Wilson? Most recent Tier 3 champion in Aston Tier 2. As he heads into Spoon here. Easy exiting out. We got that in a bit of a background. There's Notraz chasing Devin. That could be for the 6th place position. Now bear in mind, Devin does have that 3-second penalty on him, so he's going to be losing quite a few spots here. As DRS is engaged for Wilson, easy on the inside, and gets ahead of JMS to get himself in the 8th. So let's take a look with Devin right now. So if the race ended the way it sits, Devin will be dropping down to P9 at this present time. Penguin eyeballing Lennon right now, putting on some staunch and good laps here. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the most recent lap between these two. Lennon 31.1 on his end. 30.1 for Torn Penguin. Torn Penguin 1 second faster on the most recent lap. This is going to be a nice little war heading towards 130R. Here we go. Torn Penguin's just destroying the overtake to be in cahoots along with Lennon here. Behind him 130R, going for a switch move. He's going for the dive. Little contact, but loses a little bit of time there. Now the rebound. DRS applied, and down the inside and ahead. Penguin up to fourth. Solid stuff there. Right behind his teammate up against Not Raz, losing out the position of Not Raz. Not Raz up into sixth, but maybe not. They're fighting back as they head to turn 2. Nope, never mind. He changes his mind. With JMS now with Isha. That's for the final points paying spot, the points paying position. And closely behind those two is Red Fire as well. So Red Fire sitting in the 12th place spot. I mean, he would love to see maybe Isha and JMS make a crucial, critical error, and Red Fire will take advantage to maybe look for a point on his part. Checking out this rear view of JMS. There's Isha, just figuring out, where am I gonna go? Where am I gonna send it? I want to make that move. Oh, there goes JMS. Bit too wide, losing out on the spot to Isha, and he gives himself a penalty for that trouble as well. So a mistake on JMS's part cost him the spot. Red Fire, just before 130R, makes the move, and up to 11th he goes. Ooh. I just saw that Maxwell was getting very close to Mintoki. No movement there. But Red Fire, though, looking for a move on Isha. He goes slingshotting by, and up into 10th he goes. Very good move by Red Fire. Taking the gamble, and it pays off. Now he's got Rhythms ahead of him in 9th. So it looks like could be a possible switch coming with Mintoki and Maxwell, as they are very close neck and neck to each other at this present time. And by the way, Blonde is just gone with it. He is 11.3 seconds ahead. Oh, we got trouble! Was that Josh that had a mishap? Oh! JMS hard on the wall. And that's a VSC. We got another VSC. That long right hand. JMS probably got a little too cocky, got a little too much grass, and got spun out, and it kicked his ass. Now Isha is into the pits. Is this a wise choice? And JMS has crash exiting the spoon. Now we have a safety car. Wow. A safety car on hand. Right at the end. This is going to change things up now. So Blonde's 11-second lead gone. Our reserves are in. Reserves are in copper. Yeah, I'll just say this, Josh. I'm sorry about with JMS and Wiseau. Not sure what happened with Wiseau. He just got a speeding penalty, spun, and just retired on track. JMS, I don't even know what he was thinking. But yeah, so everybody's got to be coming into the pits to get onto the soft compound tires. Oh, sorry. I was misreading. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. Oh, well, this is gonna get interesting. Well, Blonde might actually get himself a nice little bit of help. Red Fire's staying out! You're kidding me! Red Fire's staying out! I mean, either this is gonna be pretty ballsy, or this is probably gonna be really whack. Night Owl stayed out, too. Well, let's see how this pans out. This is ending in tears. Well, alright. Yeah, so we had the AI lag car of SV between Blonde and Mintoki. So this is gonna be a bit silly to see here. So, with this full field restarted now, our top 10 as it sits, we have Blonde, Mintoki, Maxwell, Red Fire, Penguin, Lennon, Night Owl, Dylan, Notraz, and Devin are your top 10. And then the rest of the field that are not that are in control, no AI. We have Wilson in 11, Isha 12, Rhythms 13, Josh 14, Rolly 15, Ridian 16, and the AI of SV is in 17th. So I believe the safety car is probably going to be out and about for another lap, and then we'll be going for another lap, and then we should be getting back to green. We should be getting back to green following that. So let's see. We know everybody pitted except for Red Fire, Night Owl, and Dylan. They have stayed out. Let's see what everybody is on here that came into the pits. So, Blonde, Mintoki, Penguin, Devin, Rhythms, they're on new medium tires. Maxwell, Notraz, Wilson, Rolly, and Ridian are on new soft compound tires. Now, Josh and Isha, they are on looks like a scrub set of mediums. But for those that didn't pit, Dylan in 8th, 16 lap old hard compound tires. Night Owl, 6 lap old mediums. Red Fire, 8 lap old mediums. Well, no, I'm gonna have to see what you're trying to say in that one. But Goat Lee saying the guys that didn't pit during the safety car are going to be moving chia canes. Oh Jesus! What in the world did Maxwell just do? I think Maxwell just screwed up because he just dropped to 6. He was right behind Mintoki and they just plummeted. He just spin himself. Well, that's probably why. He probably got too slippery snaking and just screwed himself. Well, one person that's definitely screwed is Mintoki. She's right behind the lap car. So Blonde taking off now. Mintoki's gotta wait till the to the line. There she goes to get by. And here we go. Place is being swapped over. Letting getting past Night Owl for 6. Notraz getting past Devin. And Night Owl now moving out of the way of Maxwell. Here we go, background. Wilson with Dylan. Up to 10th he goes. Not Raz getting past. Up to there. Torn Penguin getting past Red Fire. Now Torn Penguin up in the 3rd place. Here we go, on board with Lennon as he's chasing Red Fire down here. Let's see what happens here coming out of heading towards Spoon. Maxwell all over the back of Lennon here, trying to goad him into a mistake from the pressure. Here we go into Spoon. Red Fire still ahead of Lennon at this time, but for how much longer? Torn Penguin chasing Mintoki down for 2nd. Here we go, moving to 130R. Here we go. Maxwell, where did he come from? He overshoots though. And contact with Lennon coming back on. And Maxwell then had to surrender back to position to Lennon. Now coming into the front straight. Here's not Raz. Thinking of an eyeball move there. Nothing out of that one. My goodness, look at this jangled up mess. Red Fire dealing with Devin right now. Torn Penguin still chasing down Mintoki. He will get DRS as they head to when they get to the final lap pretty soon. There goes Isha trying to get in tune here. Here we go. Let's go on board with Wilson as he's got Isha there. Isha gave him a little there. Wilson had a little bump with Night Owl. And Isha was there too. Couldn't see anything into there. And Devin is having trouble getting past Red Fire, just a little bit ahead of him. So yeah, Goalie, I think I agree with you. There being a bit of a chicanery there. There's not Raz getting past Lennon for the P5 spot. More fun moving around there. Wilson losing P10 to Isha. Let's go to the final. We're on the final lap, sponsored by Barks Root Beer. Here goes Torn Penguin on the inside against Mintoki. Gets up in the 2nd place. And now here goes Lennon on the outside against Not Raz. Not Raz trying to fight back. Trying here, but can't seem to get it done. A little further back, a bit of a mess between Red Fire and Devin. Devin trying his best, just can't seem to get by. Devin is still holding him back. Still being held back. And by the way, each up in the ninth right now. Here we go, heading up into here. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Going into the hairpin. Nice slingshot, but a switchback by Red Fire. Devin got a tiny bit too greedy. Braked late, but wound up paying the price. You gotta admire Devin for trying. You gotta give him credit for trying. While this mess is happening, he's heading into the Casio Triangle for the final time. He'll be out after next week's race, but he will claim victory in Japan. Blonde wins in Japan. Let's switch back to the fight here. Whoa! Contact between Isha and Devin. And Red Fire too. And ooh, smack. And look at this, man. Look at this creative craziness here. Whoa, look at all this. Torn Penguin 2nd, Mintoki 3rd, Maxwell in 4th. But I think Night Owl just stole 10th place. Good lord. Why is SV left down, Dave? He disconnected. He disconnected, that's why. There's the celebration here for Blonde with the victory in hand. Torn Penguin with a second place. And Mintoki is in third. Solid stuff for the podium. And the celebration on hand for the group. Alright, so there it is. So your race winner, Blonde, Fast Lap Blonde. Driver of the day to Red Fire. Most overtakes by Josh, and Mintoki is the cleanest driver. So let's take a look here. So Maxwell 4th, Lennon 5, Notraz 6, Red Fire 8th, Isha 8, Red Fire 7, Isha 8, Wilson 9, Night Owl 10th. And then the rest of the field, we have Josh, Rolly, Devin, Rhythms, Ridian, and Dylan, the last of the main runners. SV lapped, and then we lost Jack, JMS, Whiteso, and Yavis. Oh. Who am I gonna give driver of the day to? I mean, I mean, we had some good contenders. We had Torn Penguin, who started right in that bottom end of the top 10 and recovered really good with that safety car to get into the second place spot. That was a solid run from him. There was also Isha. Isha wound up being the highlight of qualifying with that P6 start. Was all the way down in 15th, right at the end of lap 2, but recovered a P8. That's also another one right there. Red Fire with the gamble, staying out, and he still got 7th place out of it. That's some really solid choices, honestly. We'll have to see here. I honestly don't know. So probably at this time, I don't know who I'm going to be picking for driver today. So I'll probably have to figure that out sometime later on. And once I get that figured out, I'll probably let EXO know who I'm going to be choosing. But we'll get that figured out in that one. How goes it, Instincts? Good to see ya. Alright, so that's going to conclude the Tier 2 stream for tonight. So tomorrow, I'll be back on hand for Tier 1, as Tier 1 will be racing around in Hungary. And then Tier 2 next week we'll be having fun at the Hungaroring for round 3. Also on Sunday, stay tuned with Amir Otes or Oates. I'm not sure that the E in his at the end of his Discord is silent or not, but he'll be on hand for Le Mans Ultimate for round 2. They are going to be at Monza for their second round of that. And Tier 3 next week, by the way, they have a driver vote, and I believe as I saw it, it looks like Qatar will be getting the nod. So that'll be fun. Qatar. from RPL Streams, Cyanide Wolf, we're signing off. Good night, and we will see you tomorrow for Tier 1.